Now I'm going to help demystify this idea called, the turnaround. A lot of, newbies to inquiry can get so confused about how they work. It's not that complicated. As long as you pretty much stick to turning around the original statement without getting too creative with it, just straightforward, simple turnarounds. So there are three turnarounds to begin with. So first is the turnaround to the self. The second is the turnaround to the other. And the third is the turnaround to the opposite. So, in the statement, the original stressful thought is, she doesn't care about me. So, we're judging someone here, right? So, she could be, it could be your own, whoever you're judging, and of course, the statement, ideally, we would have a very simple, straightforward statement like this. No crazy run-on sentences, or judging multiple people for multiple things. Just keep it really, really simple, and you can always break those, multiple crimes, so to speak, into several statements and inquire into each statement. So the simpler you keep it, the deeper I believe you can go. So you're judging her, and you're of course in the mix, and what the crime is that she doesn't care, right? So this is the one you're judging. This is you, and this is the crime. So the turnaround to the self is basically the entire statement turned around to yourself. So she doesn't care about me turns around to I. So where you're judging her, you replace it with I. I don't care about me. So whatever the crime is, you're assuming it's something that, is it possible that you're doing that to yourself? So notice how we've turned all of it towards ourselves. Now the turnaround to the self is not to beat ourselves up. That is not at all the idea here. Remember, the work is really about arriving at the kindest place. And so really it's not about hurting yourself. It's only to notice, what is my part in that situation? How did I not care about myself in that situation? So for each turnaround, we would look for 3 specific, genuine examples. So the idea is not to just do it in a rote manner, but to really look for examples that can enlighten us to ourselves, to our own ways of thinking. So how is it true or truer that I didn't care about myself in this situation? And so I would, so again, stick to the original situation. Yes, you are welcome to look for examples outside of the situation, but first really see if you can find the examples from within the situation. So find 3 is specific, genuine examples. The other turnaround is the turnaround to the, basically you would, where you have you would replace it with the person you're judging, and where you are judging them, you would replace it with you. So just literally reverse it. So it becomes, I don't care about her. So notice how where she is, I've put myself in her place, and where I am, I've put her in my place. So that's what the turnaround is about. It's to the turnaround to the other is about. That is, are we doing to them what we think they're doing to us? Could it be as true or truer that I don't care about her? So again, look for 3 specific genuine examples, starting with the situation at hand. And finally, the opposite is just turning, so wherever you have the crime, just make it, it's like we're negating it, just put a not, in front of it. So she doesn't care about me, turn around to the opposite is she does care about me. So it's the same person who's being judged, same one who's judging, that is yourself, except that in this case, it's the opposite. She does care. So how could it be as true or truer that she does care about you in this situation? So again, find 3 specific genuine examples to support this. And it is not, again, to go back to my previous point, not to be done in a rote way. This is really an exercise in awareness. It's an exercise in broadening one's own mind and being more open, less defensive, and just noticing and waiting for the examples to just come from within. The mind will start to show, the moment you ask yourself, could it be as true or truer that she does care about me? Immediately you'll notice images being shown to you, examples of how she does care about you. And then you realize, the war begins to end within yourself. The conflict is gone, because you're no longer opposed to reality. You're much more open to other possibilities in the same situation. So yes, and you're welcome to sit with a particular turnaround for as long as it takes. This is not something, this is something you're doing purely for your own awareness, and so, why would you not give the gift of just sitting with a turnaround? And sometimes, if the examples absolutely don't come to you, absolutely don't, then you might move to the next turnaround. But in my personal opinion, you can always find 3 examples. If you're really invited, or rather welcoming that possibility of the other of the alternatives, then the examples will be shown to you if you wait patiently and wait for them to arrive. So it's really key, again, to keep the original statements simple, short and simple, so that the turnarounds also then become very rather straightforward and easy to do. One thing that we would not do is a double turnaround. So for example, you would not turn around the turnaround. So you wouldn't do the turnaround to self as I care about me. That's a double turnaround. Just as long as you keep it straightforward, you're not going to go wrong. Again, similarly, another double turnaround is, I don't care about her. If you did, I care about her, that's a double turnaround. You're pretty much back to the same place, and where is the work there? You're just going back to the original story. So just be sure to just stick to the straightforward statements with the turnarounds. Now, there's another turnaround called the turnaround to one's thinking, and usually we would use that in the context of when we're judging, say, our own bodies, or let's say even an inanimate object or something like this. So for example, let's say the statement is, my body is too fat, for example. So the turnaround to thinking would be, so where the body is, I would just turn it around to my thinking. So it would turn around to, my thinking is too fat, or my thinking about my body is too fat. So it's again not to beat ourselves up or beat our minds up, it's just to notice how our minds function. And eventually we might begin to really see our own innocence in all of this. The idea is to arrive at this very gentle place of understanding and becoming this broad container for everything, really. So that is really the idea behind the turnarounds and inquiry in general.